COVID-19 has presented its fair share of challenges as well as opportunities. Been really tough for a lot of the businesses out there. We're blessed to be in the Southeast. Although Jupiter is in 27 states currently, Southeast has been more open than a lot of other states in the country. Still, it's been really tough for the business owners out there. They've had to find ways to, adapt. They've had to find ways to scale down, be more efficient. In April 2020, we didn't really know what was going to happen. We had a best case and worst case scenario planned. It ended up being a best case scenario for us, for our business, and we made it through April. April was the tough month. But once May opened and Florida was essentially open, a lot of our businesses down here did really well. A lot of the businesses in Georgia and the Southeast were doing pretty well. Businesses had to find ways to adapt. They had to find ways to do different types of payments like curbside and online ordering and mobile payments. So while it was tough for some businesses to try to find ways to adapt and just to stay open and to employ people and to serve their food and to sell their products and services, they did. And it was really pretty amazing to watch. It was also really neat to be a part of. And this is probably where the opportunities came in for us. For years, we've been trying to get merchants to adopt new forms of payments like contactless payments and NFC payments with the wallets and Apple Pays and Google Pays. And typically the United States is just much slower to adopt this new technology. They've been doing pay at the table in Europe forever. And it's been a real struggle to get us to get merchants invest in the technology to do something like pay at the table here in the United States. But along comes COVID, and it changes the conversation. Now it's not as much about price and how much is that piece of equipment going to cost, but it's what can we put in place to make our customers feel comfortable, to make our customers feel safe. And price wasn't really a conversation anymore. Now it didn't really matter how much a piece of equipment or a new point of sale system cost. It was how fast can you put this in place for us? And it really reduced some of these barriers that we've had for years and just created an opportunity for us to really get some new technology out there in the hands of some of our merchants to serve their customers. Also, the rise of surcharging. We've been doing this for quite a few years, passing the fee for the credit card processing along to the customer. Initially, it was a little harder to get some of that traction when we first started doing this a few years ago. And COVID has just really accelerated the acceptance of surcharge programs. Now more than ever, we've noticed that customers really want to help their merchants stay in business. And if that means absorbing the 3 to 4%, they've never been more willing to do so. And as far as merchants, that 3 to 4% could mean the difference of them staying in business or having to close their doors. So it's kind of been this perfect storm of opportunity where merchants need to do it to stay in business and customers are more willing to do it to help them stay in business and support their local businesses. COVID's been pretty tough on the merchants, but we're very proud of our merchants for sticking it through and creating some different ways to stay in business and keep their business flowing. Change isn't easy, but the pandemic has certainly accelerated the adoption of contactless payments, and it's really forced software and hardware companies to innovate. It's not something that we see going away anytime soon. The tech is great, customers like it, merchants like it, contactless payments is here to stay.